Yo, what is up? Bradley here with the Illuminati Madden League. We are diving into the Week 10 clash between Jagoda's Cowboys and Dash's Packers, which is deemed an instant classic in the game. First on the board is going to be Jagoda there. You saw it with that field goal, puts up 3 in the beginning of the first quarter. Dash comes out, drives down the field, and he finds the deep corner. Down the field, and the receiver stumbles into the end zone for 6. Pinning the PAT, the score will be 3-7. Dash lines up for the PAT try. He gets the PAT off, and the PAT is good. Jagoda's Cowboys 3, Dash's Packers 7. Jagoda comes out, drives down the field himself as a response. A little bit of adjustments at the line. Jagoda drops back to pass from the gun, finds Ezekiel Elliott on the wheel route, and it takes a wide open reception and just marches it down to the 14-yard line. He's pushed out of bounds. A couple plays later on 3rd and 1 from the 5-yard line, Dak hands the ball off to Ezekiel Elliott. Looks like he goes into the end zone for a touchdown. It's going to be a holding penalty. It's going to pull it back, and Jagoda ends up settling on the field goal try following the called back touchdown. Dash is going to respond. Hands the ball off. He is hit stick. Coughs the ball up. He's going to give Jagoda the ball from the down here in the red zone. Jagoda with the short field finds his guy. High point past that. Down here in the red zone. Goes in for 6. Jagoda's going to line up to go for 2 on this one. Comes out in the gun. Goes for 2 from the 2-yard line. Jagoda is going to drop back to pass on the 2-point try before he even has a chance to get the ball off. Dash's Packers devour Dak Prescott. Dash is going to come out, drops back to pass, and finds the deep out corner again. That's the second time he's hit that, and that's going to end up opening up some things later on in the game. Dash finds the receiver there on the quick seam pass. Going to set up a 1st and goal. Ball from the 2-yard line. Dash is going to come out, hands the ball off to the back. The pack is going to stumble into the end zone. That is going to be a Green Bay touchdown. Dash comes out for the PAT try. The kick is up and the kick is good. That is going to make the score of this game Jagoda's Cowboys 12, Dash's Packers 14. Jagoda's going to come out. He's going to hit the deep corner himself. Someone out of the pocket hits him on the move against the cover 3 defense there. From the 43-yard line, 1st and 10, Jagoda's going to drop back to pass. Finds a wide open Ezekiel Elliott. Makes 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 guys miss, and it's going to take a combo of the 5th and 6th guy to bring him down. From the 4-yard line, 1st and goal, Jagoda is going to hand the ball off to Pollard. Pollard's going to stumble into the end zone. That is going to set up a PAT try here. Jagoda gets the PAT off. The PAT is good. That is going to make the score. Jagoda's Cowboys 19, Dash's Packers 14. Dash marches down, and as the half expires, kicks the field goal. That is going to make the halftime score of this game 19-17 Cowboys favor. Dash marches down the field early in the 3rd, finds the receiver on the deep route, wide open against the cover 2 defense. That's going to set up a PAT try here. Dash gets the PAT up, and the PAT is good. That is going to make the score Jagoda's Cowboys 19, Dash's Packers 24. Jagoda's going to come out from the tight set, drops back to pass, throws the ball into tight coverage, just a high point pass. It looks like he pulls the ball in, moves the change. It's going to set up a 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Jagoda drops back to pass, and he goes deep with the ball. That is going to set up a 1st and 10, ball on the 13-yard line. Jagoda drops back to pass. He hits the wheel route again. That's the second time we've seen a big play on that wheel route. This time finds the end zone on the wheel route. That is going to set up the second PAT try of the game here for Jagoda. Jagoda is going to motion one of his 3 tight ends over there on the right. Finds the quick slant. The PAT is good. That's going to make the score 27-24, Cowboys' favor. Here on a 2nd and 8, Dash drops back to pass, goes for that deep corner on the short field, and it is going to bite him as Jagoda gets the INT. Dash responds to giving up the INT by playing a little bit of defense, forces, I believe, the first punt of the game. It's going to set up that's going to end up setting up the 1st and 10 here for Dash. Dash finds the wide receiver open on the seam from what was originally a bench play that was audibled, with that bench route being audibled to that streak there, which was set up from those deep corner plays earlier on. Jagoda comes out. He finds himself in a 4th and 19 position here, right? You can't fault him for this. You can't fault him for this attempt. It's a 4-point game, right? It's a 4-point game. He basically has to go for it. Drops back to pass. Dak's got all the time in the world. Throws the ball deep to his guy. High point pass. He's got 4 defenders around him. Isn't able to pull it in. Turns it over, but Jagoda with a miracle 3 and out. Forces the punt. Pollard on the return. Gets a decent return. It's going to set him up from the 49-yard line. Drives down to the 23-yard line. 14 seconds left here on a 3rd and 10. Tight set. Jagoda drops back to pass. And he goes for the deep corner against double coverage. This guy comes down with the ball. That is a touchdown. That is a touchdown. With only 9 seconds left, Jagoda comes out. PAT try here. The PAT is up, and the PAT is good. That's going to make it a field goal game, 34-31. Dash comes out, 6 seconds left here. And he finds the seam that was opened up by the bench abuse, right? That's going to set up a field goal as the 4th quarter expires, tying the game. Jagoda is going to come out, first possession in overtime. He's going to get held, and he is going to be forced to punt the ball. Dash is going to get the ball with excellent field position. The control of the game is now in Dash's hands. Drives down to the 4-yard line. Hands the ball off. He coughs the ball up. Jagoda is going to get the ball from the 2-yard line. Hands the ball off to Pollard. Pollard's going to get stopped. Doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Instead, gets pushed back into his own end zone. And that is going to be a safety. A safety wins the game in overtime for the Cowboys. Or not for the Cowboys, but for the Packers.